The fear of death has nothing to do with what happens after we die. That is what we like to tell ourselves. That we fear death because we don't know if we're going to go to heaven or hell. What is after? Is it just emptiness afterwards? That is all a lie that we're telling ourselves. We don't fear what comes after death because honestly we can care less. The reason why we fear death is because we feel we have not done the things we wanted to do in this life. That is why we fear death. We fear death because we feel we have wasted the opportunities that we have had in this life, and that we're going to die and not accomplish the things that we know inside of us we have the capability of accomplishing. That is why we fear death, for no other reason. When we think about birth, when we think about a newborn child coming into the world, we smile. We think it's a wonderful occasion, something to be celebrated. But for some reason, many cultures and many individuals look at death as a time of mourning. If we have lived a good life, if we have accomplished things for ourselves and for others, if we have given back to others, then there is no mourning at the end of days. In fact, many cultures have a celebration of life. They have a wake, so to speak. They have a celebration of the things that were done and achieved and what was left behind because of this individual having been on earth. This is the difference. And this is why I believe Miyamoto talked about not fearing death. If you have lived a good life, if you have fought a good fight, and if you have challenged the world that is in front of you, and you've fought hard to succeed, then there is no fear of death. We fear death because we fear that we are leaving the world before we have accomplished the things that we are capable of doing. We feel inadequate. We feel we have left it all on the table. Did we tell those that we loved them? Did we be good friends to others? Did we show kindness to other people? Did we leave something behind us of value? These are the reasons why we fear death. Not because of whatever comes after death, because after death, you don't really care what comes after. You're not going to be around for it. But what did you do during your life? The reason why we lay down and fear that our life will someday end is because we're doing nothing right now with our life. You have the power right now to change that. Today. You have the power today to change this feeling. It's tremendously powerful when you think about it. In the course of a few days, in the course of a few weeks, months, a year, you can completely transform your life. Physically, mentally, financially. You can transform who you are and how you will leave the world behind you. Will you leave the place that you live right now better? The people that are around you, will you show kindness to them, appreciation? That carries on long after you. How about teaching others the things that you have learned in life, leaving that behind for others. Long after you're gone, that remains. You build the next generation. What about changing your current path? Changing the path you're on right now. If you're not okay with the path you're on physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, you have the power to change this. It takes courage. Because, why does it take courage? Because you leave people behind as you make those changes, don't you? And that's tough. So to make those changes takes tremendous courage. The ability to enact change in your life. But if you make these changes and you move yourself into a new path through your life, you will not fear death. Because you will know that you have lived a good life, a life of treating others with kindness, treating yourself with kindness, not abusing yourself, and that you have left something behind for others that's valuable. What can I do now to change my life? To change the way that I am heading currently? If my current job is utterly worthless and meaningless, what can I do to change that? Can I study a valuable skill? Can I move into a career that gives my life meaning, that gives me meaning, that does something for the world? Can I start a business myself? Can I start something that solves a problem for others, which is the path for success in entrepreneurism? Solving problems for others. And the more people you can solve problems for, the more successful your business will be. Can I make these changes and these ideas now? Or will I continue to head down the same path I am now? No difference. This is how you change your destiny. And the way you look at your life and the way you look at the world after you pass away. Did I change things for the better for others? Did I leave a world behind that is happier and healthier and more robust and more productive behind me? Or did I do none of these things? None of the above. In which case, when you pass away and as you're lying in your final moments, you say, all the things that I wanted to do, all the things that I could have done, I had every ability to do, I didn't do. That is the fear of death. If you live a good life, a life that is healthy for yourself, a life that is appreciative and kind towards others, that gets passed on. A life that is preparing for your future financially to build a happier, more positive future for yourself. If you live that life, a life where you leave something for others behind you, you teach the next generation that comes up behind you. You teach your own children as they grow. You will not fear death. Death will no longer be a fear from you. It is the way I feel right now. Every day I know that I would love to have an extra day to talk to the people I care about, to be kind to others, to leave something behind for others, to talk to the people that I love, to just chat with them and spend time with them. And so I pursue these things. Why? Because in doing so, I don't fear death. I don't fear death. and neither should you. I thank you for spending some time with me today, and I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this precept. Please leave some comments of where you believe this precept was heading, and we will come back again next Saturday with another precept. And I appreciate your time again, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. Aloha.